Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to apologize for not being there, but the academic calendar in Colombia is quite different to the one in Germany, and I had to start 2 months ago with my studies, so I apologize again. Now I will present my topic. It is the summary and the conclusions about the whole presentation, and we are doing it in order to provide you a better understanding, a global understanding of the whole topic, and also to allow you to take the most important ideas. Okay, so we will start now. We will start first with AGMA and MFC. So about AGMA, conclusion about AGMA, it was a huge event. It gathered exhibitors from more than 50 countries and more than 180,000 participants from 100 different nations. It was huge. What else? Well, it was an excellent chance to get in touch with different areas of interest for us as process engineers. Inside these topics we can find engineering, mechanical processes, thermal processes, biotechnology, instrumentation, control and automation, a lot of things, yeah? And inside these areas we could find a lot of innovative ideas for address problems that they present every day in industry. So it was well, we could take advantage of AGMA. And talking about this kind of problems that we find every day in industry, we can, well, one of them are the environmental problems or the energy problems. So looking for companies of this sector, we found MFC. MFC is a company located in Israel. So this thing, the fact of MFC being located in Israel gives as a conclusion, an important conclusion, and it is that green energy, environmental care-oriented processes are being developed all over the world. This means it is not only these kind of processes, green processes are not being developed only in Germany or the United States or Europe, I don't know, in general, yeah, but also in a lot of countries like Israel, like Colombia. Here we have been working with biofuels, bioethanol, biodiesel. So it is a global tendency, and it is good because now we see that our effort is not in vain. There are good things happening now. So also about MFC, we can get from its vision. Its vision says changing the economics of wastewater treatment. It is quite important because, well, a company that has such an objective, yeah, well, bring benefits not only to the region, but not only to the region where it is located, but also, well, probably to the whole world. Actually, here there is something that says that MFC is recognized by Global Water Intelligence magazine as a company at the forefront of commercializing this technology. So we are seeing that, yeah, it is not only staying there in the local zone or in the local area, but it is expanding. Now we will talk about what MFC does. It does, well, production of electricity directly from the treatment of different types of wastewater. All this thing is done through MFC, microbial fuel cells. We've already talked about it, but it is important to keep in mind that this is like the soul of MFC doing this. Okay, and how do they do that? Through megawater. Megawater, we know already, it is the main product. Yeah. So one important thing about megawater, and the innovation factor about megawater. We already talked about innovation there, innovative ideas, and here we can see it. This is a very good example because it was a technology that was already invented, already developed, but taking a technology and putting it in a completely different context, it is also innovation because now we can get new benefits from it, so it is good. And yeah, well, MFC launched the first industrial scale implementation of microbial fuel cell technology for wastewater treatment, as it says here. And we talked about megawater, so we will get into detail, and I want to start with this thing, which I also consider, as we are talking about conclusions, it is very important to understand the bottom line of all this thing. So it is the disintegration of organic compounds by microorganisms is accompanied by the liberation of its electrical energy. So we have this process, and these people there, they found a way to take advantage of the electricity or the energy that is being produced there. So it is good. And also about the product itself, it is important to say this, that the technological breakthrough of Megawater is focused on the development of electrode materials and structure that provide durability, high power output, and low cost. So here we have, well, the bottom, or the main idea of the process, and like the factor that gives differentiation to Megawater as a product. Now, conclusions about the product. It is very good, well, from our point of view. One of the reasons is that it tackles two environmental problems at a time. So there is a lack of alternative energy sources, or well, we may have a lot, but the ones that are being applied and that are being successful, well, are not that much, or there is more that can be done, is what I mean. So it is an important alternative energy source for electricity generation and hydrogen production. And well, another environmental problems, the wastewaters, and so treating them, it's also a very good advantage. Another thing that is important is that it can be continuously operated as long as reactants are supplied. Why is this one a very important conclusion for us? Because we know that wastewaters are being produced all the time, from residential zones, from industry zones or regions, everything. That in one hand. In the other hand, we are also always in the necessity of producing electricity and energy, and linking these two things and well, mixing them, we get a very good idea. Yeah, and it is that we can continuously operate for producing electricity using a feedstock that, well, it is a waste. Yeah, so we turn a waste into a feedstock, and we obtain benefits from it, and it is something not only environmentally friendly, so well that it doesn't affect in a negative way the environment, but it helps the environment. We'll go also quickly through the advantages of Megawater. We consider that, well, very important, and the first one is the sustainability. The sustainability tells us that these kind of plants can be practically disconnected from the grid. The applicability, about the applicability, these kind of systems can be applied in high salinity, high sulfate concentration wastewater, or also systems, we can say that. And so, because in this kind of systems, well, I repeat, with high salinity and high sulfate concentration, the anaerobic processes are not suitable, and Megawater comes here to, well, provide us a solution. The scalability can be, well, it shows very good performance, excellent performance in a larger scale. The modularity, it is comprised of modules, which, by the way, they are also comprised a set of anodes, membranes, cathodes, electricity connections, and air connections. And the customization, this is also a very good advantage of it, because these modules can be arranged in different sizes and actually in different arrangements. Yeah, so it is also an advantage. And the retrofit, which is very cool, because it can be applied to already existing tanks for wastewater. Yeah, for wastewater treatment, without major changes in the infrastructure. So it also helps to save money there. And now the last part is like the main parts of Megawater. We talk about electricity production. This is very important, and it represents a benefit both if it is used internally or if it's sold to the grid. The identification, also very important. It is done, well, normally it is done with bacteria and organic carbon, but there are water contaminants, and Megawater, well, it is possible to do it with Megawater without polluting the water. Yeah? The stabilization of lagoons and ponds can be improved by implementing megawater, and finally the hydrogen production, which we know that it is a very interesting source of energy for electricity production. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. Now if you have questions, I'm sure the people of my group will be glad to answer. I want to thank Professor Dr. Mosofitsadi for allowing me to do this, and once again, thank you very much, muchas gracias, and have a nice day.